After cleaning out my old bedroom, I found my entire collection of bootleg DVDs that I used to watch as a kid. I'm going to watch all of them and rate them on Letterboxd to find out which one is my favorite. Hello everybody, the name's Ari, and welcome to my bootleg collection. Inspector Gadget 2 is the 2003 direct-to-video sequel to the 1999 Inspector Gadget film starring French Stewart and Elaine Hendricks. This movie has all of the characters recast with the exception of D.L. Hughley, who voices Gadgetmobile. I actually saw this movie before seeing the first movie starring Matthew Broderick, and I was thrown off by how the characters were played by different actors. I haven't seen this movie since I was around 7 or 8, and I barely remember the movie. I actually remember the DVD menu the most, because the menu played the theme song over and over. I actually remember the song getting stuck in my head because of how repetitive it is. And Gadget would always say go-go whenever you selected an option in the menu. So let's see if the movie is still enjoyable as an adult. This is 2003's Inspector Gadget 2.
Go play.
The movie is based on the 1983 cartoon of the same name, and according to fans of the show, this movie follows the cartoon more closely. I haven't seen the original cartoon, but the movie feels very much like a Saturday morning cartoon. The movie has a lot of slapstick with Gadget constantly getting hurt or breaking things, and there's a running gag of his gadgets glitching. And Claw is a cliche villain that's always hiding his face and has dim-witted henchmen doing his dirty work. And let's not forget the evil laugh. The plot of the movie is pretty much a standard buddy cop movie with the younger cop and older cop realizing that they make a good team, and they end up working together. Claw escapes from prison after Gadget got him locked up in the first movie, and Gadget wants to catch Claw again. But the police create a new Gadget robot named G2 that's far more powerful than him, and he's taken off the case. The movie follows Gadget trying to prove to everyone and himself that he's still useful to the Force while also trying to stop Claw. As a kid, I enjoyed the slapstick humor and how Gadget constantly messes things up, but now as an adult, I realize the movie has a hidden theme that many adults could relate to. Although the movie is mostly goofy, the movie is actually about aging and Gadget feeling insecure about his age. The movie starts with Gadget having glitches and Baxter telling him he's working on a solution, but Gadget realizes that the solution is just replacing him with G2, who's the brand new model and she has state-of-the-art gadgets. He insists that he and G2 work together on the case, but she and the police chief just brush him off. He has feelings for G2, but he thinks that he isn't good enough since he's last year's model. But Gadgetmobile reassures him that he's good enough for her.
A few extra miles look good on a player, and you are a player, G. You are tricked out with more factory extras than the Batmobile. Just sure that it's all good under the hood, aight?
You get it, kids? He's talking about Gadget's dick. Gadget tries to help out with the case, but G2 is able to hold her own since she has better gadgets and she's indestructible since she's a robot. While Gadget is trying to keep his job as a detective, his niece Penny wants to be a detective and help him look for clues. Gadget doesn't want her to help because he thinks that she's too young.
Oh, Penny, this is no place for a kid.
I'm not just a kid, Uncle Gadget.
Gadget brushes off Penny like how G2 brushes him off. And just like Gadget, Penny goes out looking for clues on her own. Penny found the ad in the newspaper of Claw looking for minions. She recorded the henchman planning to rob a warehouse. She figured out that Claw was leading Gadget into a trap at the science convention. And she figured out where Claw's hideout was. Her dog Brain was then able to run away and tell Gadget and G2 that Penny was kidnapped and tell them everything that he and Penny found out. Gadget realizes that he was wrong and he should have listened to Penny instead of brushing her off since she's just a kid.
Penny was right. I should have listened to her. She tried to tell me, and I didn't listen to her.
Gadget's glitches finally stop when he and G2 trade some of their computer chips, which symbolizes Gadget and G2 finally working together. After Gadget, G2, and Penny stop Claw's plan to rob the Federal Reserve, Gadget gives Penny a medal for helping solve the case while he's accepting his own medal for stopping Claw. At the end of the movie, Gadget knows that he's not the newest model anymore, but he has G2 and Penny to help him fight crime. Growing old is something that a lot of people feel. I've felt old sometimes. I grew up watching VHS tapes and DVDs of the Disney Renaissance movies, and my younger family members only know about the live-action remakes. My cousins never had to deal with the DVD scratching and skipping.
Yes, I'm old.
They've only watched movies on streaming sites, and they make me feel old. I grew up with Webkins while my younger cousins play Roblox. I've noticed my dad coming to terms with his age as well. My dad used to be in denial about needing glasses, and he used to have me read the fine print on things, but now he's finally wearing reading glasses. When my furnace broke, my dad assumed that we needed help fixing it, but my husband and I were able to fix it ourselves, and my dad thanked us for saving him the trip. That's dad speak for good job. A few months ago, my dad had a flat tire and I had to drive over and give him his spare tire. He was grateful that I was able to help him out. My dad understands that there are some things he's not able to do anymore, and he knows that he can count on me to help him. Like how Gadget learns that Penny will be a good detective, and he thanks her for helping him crack the claw case. As far as straight-to-video Disney sequels go, this movie is one of the best ones I've seen so far. Inspector Gadget 2 was a super goofy movie that kept my attention as a kid, and I can still find things to enjoy as an adult. I found French Stewart to be lovably ridiculous as the inspector, and I enjoyed his niece Penny being the voice of reason. Claw is a bit of a one-note villain, but that's understandable with this movie trying to stay more true to the cartoon. But then it just leaves me wondering, why not just make an animated movie? There's so much CG that it might as well be. But at least the CG wasn't very distracting compared to other CG movies at the time period like Spy Kids 3D. As far as the plot goes, I like that Penny is recognized by her uncle in the end, and he finally realizes her passion for being a detective. It gives a great message for kids to work towards their dreams despite what others think, even if it's something your family might disapprove of. With the whole romance subplot between Gadget and G2, I didn't care for it as a kid, and I still don't care for it now. I don't think kids care about adult romances in kids' movies, but it wasn't the main plot, so it was easier to ignore when watching it. All in all, Inspector Gadget 2 is a fun, goofy movie to watch, and I enjoyed watching it and remembering why I used to watch it so much. 2.5 stars. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, it really does help me out. Also, let me know in the comments if any of you guys have seen the Inspector Gadget movies. If you'd like to join me on my journey of watching all of my bootleg DVDs, make sure to subscribe so you know when I upload a new episode. There'll be new episodes every month until I watch all of them. Now let's add Inspector Gadget 2 to the stack.
Inspector Gadget 2.
It's okay.
Now on Disney DVD and video, rated G.
It's a good thing I wore an apron.